actually been kind of a comfort to me. It was in 2020, and so you brought my family together in a way that I didn't think I could be closer to my mama, but you all helped bring us even closer together at the end.
Well, that's first off, so sorry, because that is never an easy thing to go through. But it does, like you said, there is some beautiful aspect to that story, and it's one of the things I think we get to really lean on is, I've told this story many times, but when the show really started finding its audience, really, landing on its feet. There's a saying in the industry, when things get maybe a little too overdramatic on set and people get a little too serious and tempers are flaring and personalities are clashing, it's been around since I've started the industry. It's like, hey, come on, we're not curing cancer here. And I think that's probably a saying that, gets used in a lot of industries, but certainly on set when things get a little too we're just like, come on, we're making a movie here, we're not curing cancer. But the more times that I got to spend with you guys and I got to hear stories like this, we're not curing cancer, but what we might be doing is giving somebody just a little bit of an inspiration to fight, or giving somebody a distraction from the pain. Comfort. And that really fueled, I think, myself and the rest of the cast and even the crew when we would hear stories like that. We're not doctors, we're not doing doing God's work, but we're doing something that means something to someone. And so thank you for sharing that story. And that's real. Yeah. Good luck beating that one.
I don't have words. I think that you did a very fine job, young man.
Aww.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna ask over here. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll repeat it. Oh, here we go. We got something coming.
I didn't get that from the Jeff. Jeffrey, look at me.
Hi, I'm Lindsay from Canada. These girls. My question is, and I asked it to Sam, but in the 300th episode, when Dean and Sam went to get groceries, what do you think Mary and John did? And also, why? And also, why, when your dad is about to go back to the past, would you do the dishes before he left? That was my other question.
What are we talking about?
You're talking about Lebanon, correct?
Yes, Lebanon.
For someone that's super loud, I didn't hear any of that.
I didn't hear any of that. I heard go grocery shopping. That's all. That's it.
I heard what you and Mary do while they went grocery shopping.
Boom.
Well, that was the first question.
Okay, yeah.
The second question
You know what
is,
they did.
what on earth?
They got ready for groceries.
They read the Bible. Why would
Cleaned
the
out the
boys
fridge.
do the dishes when their dad is about to leave? I mean, dishes can wait.
I think that was about being in an uncomfortable position, and if you're ever in an uncomfortable and don't know what to say, you pity yourself.
Never.
Yeah. Oh, not you, but
In general.
I got that. I thought that was a nice little catch by the writers. Right? Yep. Hey.
Yeah, give them something busy to do. It distracts from what they're having to face and deal with.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's it.
That's it. That was
Boom.
all right.
Oh wait.
Okay, let's. All right, all the way to the end, front row. Yeah, I love the shock. What?
He looks like a Winchester.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is for Jensen. When you were training for Soldier Boy, you learned a lot about your diet. Could you explain me to your diet? Because I'm trying to get that nice look you got going on.
That out of shape look I have going on right now.
But if you can't, as a secret, my lovely sister here would love you to say the line, I'm Batman.
Scooby-Doo, now it's Batman. You started asking me to do stuff I'm not even a part of. It wasn't overly like a stringent diet I did. It was more of just working out as much as I could, and
Growing beards.
yeah,
Wait,
growing
you
beards.
sent me like videos of like running naked in the snow and shit. He was like, yeah.
That's what we do.
That's when I was like, well, he's in shape.
Yeah, I mean, this was during, you know, like prime lockdown COVID time. So there was no like gyms open. It was, and so everything I did, I just did at home. I got myself a small weight set. And, you know those power blocks that are like adjustable, like dumbbell things. That's all I used.
They just sit.
Yeah, they've got clothes on.
Yeah, they're like dusty.
Right. And I started like finding workouts online, and then just kind of created my own little, you know, routine.
Did you change your diet? Did you like egg whites or something?
I definitely like increased, you know, protein intake, but it wasn't, again, I wasn't like doing anything overly specific. I was just trying to bulk up a bit. So
You got friggin' huge.
yeah, it's amazing when you start like pushing weight around what your body does. It reacted. I tell you what, I was glad to be done with that. And then of course, I was doing an interview with Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, and I was like, yeah, I got all bulked up. He's like, you know, you could have just added muscles to the suit. I was like, shut your mouth, Mr. Homelander.
Suits are amazing.
Suits are great. But the problem is that when I mentioned that to LJ, who was building the Soldier Boy suit, I was like, you gotta like add some, like, you know, like come on, we all seen like the Ben Affleck Batman suit.
Yeah, can I have some abs, please?
Yeah, use some abs, some shoulders, arms.
A bigger codpiece, perhaps.
I was good with mine. And she literally just goes, "You're gonna bring me some muscles in April." That was it. Nobody told me. Kripke didn't say anything about it. Nobody said it. But it was her that said that, and I was like, challenge accepted. So yeah, I a lot of protein shakes and a lot of moving weight. That's all I did. Yeah.
You've got your instructions. Go get them.
All right, I think we got time for one last one. You pick.
The plaid shirt. That was kind of right between all of you.
Jeff, like, yeah, you.
Thank you guys. First convention, could not be happier. I think I was literally shaking my boots when I took a picture with Jensen, so happy.
I was too.
I still do that myself.
Well, anyway, so my question is for both of you, because I've watched you guys in a lot of roles. Of course, Dean Winchester's my absolute favorite, but I watched Soldier Boy, like in The Boys, even though The Boys was so hard to watch. As soon as Jensen was announced, I'm like, crap, I have to watch this. So
I told my mom, I'm like, you're gonna want to skip this one, Mom.
That's the one I watched like 7 times. Yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't see that the first time. I don't want to. I watch it again.
But even Jeff as Negan and the role he played in The Watchmen, like, I've seen you guys in great fun, you know, dramatic roles, and now in these really creepy, dark roles. I guess I'm just curious of how you guys get in the mindset to make such drastic character changes and do so well with what you do.
Go ahead, because I'm actually interested in hearing where you found Negan.
Well, for me, it has to start on the page. I think if it's on the page, and Negan in particular was, you know, I had a comic book to go off of, which is super cool. You probably had that with Soldier Boy too, and it does some indication for you. It does a lot of the work for you. It's kind of, I like to say it's just what we fucking do. It's kind of our job. But I shouldn't say that because it's probably a little trickier than that. But if it's on the page, if it's written down and the writer has a good idea, for me, that's where it all starts, and it'll also die there, you know, and it has. John was on the page. John got more interesting when I wasn't on the show. Right?
It was talked about a lot.
Yeah, I mean, shit that I didn't know. As a matter of fact, the first convention I did, I found out all sorts of stuff about John. And
Yeah, people have some heavy opinions about John.
big opinions.
And you did not know that. You were like, wait, what? What?
Yeah. I'm in a fight with like 5,000 people. We're like brawling. I'm like, that's not John. Y'all don't know. And it was like a thing. And it still is occasionally. But it really has to start on the page. And that's why we're lucky to have the Kripkes and, you know, the writers that we have, the Kirkmans and Gimbels. Yeah.
Yeah, there's I would say, because I've never had any formal acting training. I don't think you have either, right?
No.
And it clearly shows.
I know. That's why I can't talk about it. I'm like, I don't fucking know. There's no technique. Just go do it.
Just do it. So I think with that, and I spoke a little bit about this, the meet and greet yesterday, in that, so not having formal techniques that I can rely on, you know, a bag of tricks that I got at school for acting, I have to kind of rely on my own experience or my own observations. And so a lot of what I'll bring to a character is either a part of my personality that I just expand upon, or it's inspired by somebody that I know, a friend, or a character in a movie that I once saw, and then I'll kind of blend all that together and try to find what the writer's given me. I will give you this one. Soldier Boy, I asked Kripke, I was like, you want me to read the comic stuff and use that as inspiration? He said no. Because Soldier Boy was quite different. I never did. Because I still don't want to change my idea of who this guy is. I have kind of an idea of who he is in my mind. And there were many, but I'd say one of the kind of inspirations that I used was old interviews of Lee Marvin. And that kind of mentality and that kind of speech and the way he kind of like not his roles per se, but literally him as an actor. Like I'd watch these old interviews that he gave, and it was just there was an air about him that kind of